From the list of topics given about Hamlet, Prince of Denmark, I have chosen topic number 11. My topic is to explain Scene 2 of Act 2. After I give this presentation, I hope you will better understand what is going on and what takes place during the scene. Shakespeare Online states that Hamlet, Prince of Denmark, was written between the years of 1599 and 1601. The website also states that this play was the most popular work during Shakespeare's own time and has remained his most produced play even to this day. I'm going to inform you on what takes place during Act 2, Scene 2 of the play on Hamlet, Prince of Denmark. In the Bethany Lutheran College's production of Hamlet, Prince of Denmark, within the castle, Claudius and Gertrude welcomed Rosencrantz and Guildenstern, two of Hamlet's friends from Wittenberg. Increasingly concerned with Hamlet's erratic behavior and his inability to recover from his father's death, the king and queen summoned his friends to Elsinore in the hope that they might be able to lift Hamlet out of his sadness, or at least discover the cause of it. Rosencrantz and Guildenstern agreed to investigate, and the queen ordered attendants to take them to her son. The VLC production goes on to show that Polonius enters the room announcing the return of the ambassadors. Then Baltimore and Cornelius entered and described what took place with the aged and ailing king of Norway. The king rebuked Fortinbras for attempting to make war on Denmark, and Fortinbras swore he would never again attack the Danes. The Norwegian king gave Fortinbras a large allowance and urged him to use the army he had assembled to attack the Poles instead of the Danes. He then sent a request back to Claudia that Prince Fortinbras' army be allowed safe passage through Denmark on their way to attack the Poles. Relieved that he had prevented a war, Claudius declared that he would see to this business later. Baltimore and Cornelius then leave. Turning to the subject of Hamlet, Polonius declared, after a wordy introduction, that the prince is madly in love with Ophelia. He showed the king and queen letters and love poems Hamlet had given to her, and he proposed a plan to test his theory. The script of Hamlet, Prince of Denmark, discussed how Hamlet often took walks alone through the lobby of the castle, which was the perfect opportunity for Polonius to hide while Ophelia confronted Hamlet, allowing the king and queen to see for themselves whether Hamlet's madness really comes from his love for her. The king declared that they would try the plan. Gertrude noticed that Hamlet was approaching, reading from a book as he walked, and Polonius spoke to the prince. Gertrude and Claudius then exit, leaving Polonius alone with Hamlet. Polonius attempted to converse with Hamlet. Though he appeared insane, he called the old man a fishmonger and answered his questions absurdly. But many of Hamlet's seemingly lunatic statements hid observations about Polonius' arrogance and his old age. In the script, it also mentions that Polonius made the comment that while Hamlet is clearly mad, his replies are often filled with meaning. He hurried away, determined to arrange the meeting between Hamlet and Ophelia. As Polonius leaves, Rosencrantz and Guildenstern enter next, and Hamlet seems pleased to see them. They discuss Hamlet's unhappiness about recent affairs in Denmark, and Hamlet asks why they had come. Guiltily, the two men claimed they had come to simply visit Hamlet, but he sternly declared that he knew that the king and queen had sent for them. They confessed this to be true, and Hamlet said that he knew why, because he had lost all of his joy and descended into a state of sadness in which everything and everyone appeared pure and worthless. Rosencrantz smiled and said that he wondered how Hamlet would accept a theatrical group that was currently traveling towards the castle. The trumpets blew and announced the arrival of the actors, or players. Hamlet told his friends that they were welcome to stay at Elsinore, but that his uncle, father, and aunt, mother had been misled regarding his sadness. He was sad only some of the time, and at other times he was perfectly sane. SparkNotes discusses that Polonius then entered to announce the arrival of the players, who followed him into the room. Hamlet welcomed the players and asked one of them to give him a speech about the fall of Troy and the death of the Trojan king and queen. Impressed with the players' speech, Hamlet ordered Polonius to see that they were escorted to the guest rooms. He announced that the next night they would hear the murder of Gonzaga. Hamlet then left Rosencrantz and Guildenstern and stood alone in the room. He immediately began to curse himself, bitterly commenting that the player who gave the speech was also able to summon a depth of feeling and expression of long-dead figures who meant nothing to him. He resolved to devise a trap for Claudius, forming the prince to watch a play whose plot closely resembled the murder of Hamlet's father. If the king is guilty, he would surely show some visible signs of guilt when he sees his own sin reenacted on the stage. Then Hamlet would obtain definitive proof of Claudius's guilt. "The play's the thing," he declared, "wherein I'll catch the conscience of the king." In conclusion, I have informed you about 3 important things that transpire in Act 2, Scene 2 of Hamlet, Prince of Denmark. The first of the 3 things is the audience views Polonius' conversation with Claudius and Gertrude concerning Hamlet's erratic behavior of sadness. We then see Hamlet's conversation with Polonius, as well as Hamlet's reunion with Rosencrantz and Guildenstern. I hope this speech has helped you better understand what took place in Scene 2 of Act 2. Thank you for taking time to listen to the speech.